Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Schluntz Gym on the campus of Brookline High School in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you some Division I high school boys basketball action between the visiting Eagles of Boston College High School and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. As you can see, the BC High Eagles already on the floor warming up. And out comes the home team, the Brookline High Warriors. This might just be Brookline's toughest test yet, going up against the undefeated 15-0 BC High Eagles here on their home floor at the end of the season. Brookline is coming off of a narrow victory against Natick High yesterday that snapped them out of a bit of a funk. They were 1-5 in their previous 6 games before last night's game at Natick, where they got a narrow 3-point victory, improving their record to 13-5 overall. In the most recent rankings, Brookline came out 18th in the Boston Globe poll, which came out 3 days ago, and they were 12th in the MIAA power rankings that came out yesterday. BC High, on the other hand, 3rd in the power rankings, number 1 in the Boston Globe poll. Of course, originally this game was meant to take place much earlier in the season under very different circumstances. As they were originally meant to play during the BA-BC holiday tournament all the way back in December. But BC High had a bit of a COVID outbreak at that time. They weren't able to play, and they rescheduled it all the way here to the end of the season. The end of the regular season, that is. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the rosters for our 2 teams here today. Starting off with the visiting BC High Eagles. Going in order of jersey number. First off, we have a senior, number 3, Greg Cooper. A senior, number 4, Mike Lonane. A senior, number 5, Ryan Deere. A sophomore, number 10, Ivan Yombi. A senior, number 11, Connor Strickland. A junior, number 12, Hugh Scott. A senior, number 13, Mahari Guerriere. A senior, number 14, Teddy Straven. A freshman, number 15, Quinn Costello. A senior, number 20, Will Doyle. A senior, number 22, Dylan Duncan. A senior, number 24, James Holland. A junior, number 25, Matt Draheim. And a senior, number 35, Johnny Garrett. Head coach of the BC High boys basketball team is Bill Lonane, with assistant coach Tom Smith. So that is the roster for the BC High Eagles. Let's take a look over at the roster for the hosting Brookline High Warriors. Again, going in order of jersey number, first off, we have a sophomore, number 1, Andrew Alexeyenko. A senior, number 2, Sean Ebanks. A senior co-captain, number 10, Zach Solom. A senior, number 12, Jake Edwards. A junior, number 14, Taj Horowitz. A junior, number 15, Mikhail Hayes. A junior, number 21, Zach Weissman. A junior, number 22, Jalen Haynes. A senior co-captain, number 23, Jaden Mazzara. A senior co-captain, number 25, Devani Perez. A senior, number 33, Jack Stanton. And finally, a senior, number 34, Obi Ukamadu. Head coach of the Brookline High boys basketball team is Courtney Valentine, with assistant coaches Malcolm Wynn, Scott Huggins, and Renato Andrade. And it looks like we've got a couple of players just looking at warm-ups with jersey numbers that aren't on the roster. But the PA announcer is taking over. We're about to get starting lineups.
Participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for today's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating your sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Ensure that your behaviors reflect the values that should be identified with these student athletes. Assume responsibility for your behavior and the behavior of those around you. If you require assistance, please call upon a school or security official. Now for today's starting lineups. First from the visiting BC High Eagles, who are coached by Bill Lane. Starting at guard, a senior, number 3, Greg Cooper.
First starter for BC High is number 3, Greg Cooper.
Starting at guard, a senior, number 4, Mike Lane.
Next up is number 4, Mike Lanane. Next up is number 10, Ivan Yumby. Next up is number 13, Mahari Guerriere. And then number 20, Will Doyle. First starter for Brookline, of course, number 1, Andrew Alexeyenko. Next up, number 12, Jake Edwards. Next up, number 33, Jack Stanton. Co-captain number 23, Jaden Mazzara. And then next up, number 25, Devani Perez. All right, after the playing of the national anthem, we're about ready to get this one underway. Brookline starting Alexienko, Edwards, Stanton, Mazzara, and Perez. Two of their normal starters, Zach Solom and Mikhail Hayes, not dressed for today's game. I know Solom suffered a head injury in Sunday's game against Lawrence, so he might still be out for that reason. Not sure what's going on with Hayes, as I wasn't able to cover Thursday's game against Natick. I was at the girls' game here in Schlunz yesterday. So I also don't know if yesterday was Perez's first game back. He missed 2 games with a shoulder injury. Getting ready for the jump ball now. It is Alexienko against Doyle. Opening tip, here we go. It's tracked down by Mazzara. Mazzara gives to Perez. Brookline has the opening possession. Perez calling the play, dribbling up top. Throws it down low to Alexienko. Throws to a cutting Stanton. Stanton waits, goes for the layup, no good, but draws the foul. Great ball movement already by Brookline. And Stanton will shoot 2 off the first foul of the game. First one is in. Brookline is on the board first. Second one is in. Stanton goes 2 for 2. And now BC High takes over. Pass is given over to number 10, Yombi. Now swings it over to Doyle, number 20. Now given over to 13, Guerriere. Now given over to Cooper. Cooper steps in, mid-range, blocked by Perez. Recovered by Guerriere. Gives it out to Doyle. Doyle looking around, almost stolen. Given out to the corner. Now back up top to Guerriere. He pulls up from 3. No good. Rebound is tipped and goes right to Lonane. He goes for 3 and hits it. Mike Lenane makes it a 3-2 game in favor of BC High. Pass goes over to Edwards on the wing. Edwards looking around, sends it up top to Stanton. Stanton swings it over to Perez. Perez dribbles, gives to Alexienko. Alexienko looking around, gives it back to Perez. Perez pulls up from 3, no good. Rebound is collected by Guerriere. Running with it, swings a pass. That's Yombi. Dribbling around with it. Gives it back over to Guerriere. Sends it up top to Doyle. Now over to Cooper. Cooper for 3. Hits it. BC High making it rain from deep early. A pair of trays from Lenane and Cooper make it 6-2. Perez pass over to Alexienko. Alexienko dribbles, steps back, gives it up top to Mazzara. Mazzara looking around, gives over to Edwards. Edwards gives it to Stanton. Stanton for 3. No good. Rebound by Cooper. Cooper getting trapped. Almost lost the ball, but instead a foul is called. That foul will be against Perez. His first, team's first. Lenane now bringing this one up. Swings it over to Yombi. Yombi pass to Doyle. Doyle back to Yombi. Down low to Lenane. Lenane backs down. Fadeaway shot. No good. Rebound Perez. Perez floats it over to Mazzara. Mazzara dribbling with it. Passes to Stanton. Stanton goes inside. Shot is in. Jack Stanton off to a good start. He's got all 4 of his team's points. Yombi dribbling with it. Kicks it out to Doyle. Doyle hands it off. This is Lenane. Runs in. Floater. Hits it. Lenane now with 5 points. His team with an 8-4 lead. Perez gives it over to Mazzara. Mazzara dribbles around to pick. Running with it. Pass to Stanton. Stanton juggles it. Recovers. Turns around for the hook. No good. Rebound by Doyle. Now a long pass for Cooper. Intercepted by Edwards. Edwards gives it back to Mazzara. Good heads-up play on the defense there, as his back was to that play until the very last second. Alexienko gives to Stanton, down low to Perez. Perez backing down, kicks it out to Stanton. Stanton for three, no good. Rebound is tipped and recovered by Cooper, given to Lenane. Lenane dribbles in, gets smothered by Stanton, and that's going to be a foul. And as always, for folks in the live chat, if I'm saying anyone's names wrong, let me know. Lenane pulls up for a long ball, no good. Rebound Edwards. Perez pass to Alexienko. Alexienko driving in, reverse layup, no good. Just a little too fancy on that one as Lenane goes for a no-look pass to Yambi. Yambi goes up and lays it in. Ivan Yambi, his first 2 points of the day. It's given back to Alexienko. Alexienko now gives it out to Mazzara. Mazzara calling for a play. And we got a whistle. Not sure what just stopped it there, but now for Brookline, a substitution. Taj Horowitz checking into the game, replacing Jake Edwards. Taj inbounds to Mazzara. Mazzara gives to Perez. Perez steps in, steps back, fires for three. No good. Rebound saved by Horowitz, but it goes right to Cooper, and Cooper manages to throw it off the feet of Mazzara to give the ball to BC High. Long inbound goes to Lenane. Lenane gives it over to Guerrier. Now to Doyle, now to Lenane. Lenane dribbles in, gives a pass to Doyle. Doyle goes up and banks it in. Doyle with his first two. Perez gives it over to Mazzara. Mazzara holds it, sends it up top to Perez. Perez gives it to Stanton, now to Alexienko. Alexienko dribbles, pulls up for a long two, no good, well defended. Rebound ultimately collected by Guerrier. Guerrier runs in, kicks it out to the corner. Doyle for three, no good. Rebound by Perez. And a timeout is called by Brookline. We've got our first pronunciation correction. Thank you to Matt Flores. It's not Lonane, it's Lochnane. So I appreciate that, Mr. Flores. And if there are any other BC High fans in the stream that want to correct me on any of these names, let me know in the live chat. And as soon as I spot that correction, I will make the adjustments accordingly. BC High off to a good start, 12-4 the lead over Brookline. And it's got to be tough for Brookline because they are getting some good looks. And their offense looks smooth. You know, shots just are not falling right now. And we got a substitution for Brookline with someone who's not on my roster. That's number 3. I think that's Cam Evans, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't trust my own facial recognition here. So live chat, help me out as Brookline's moving the ball around fast. Stanton driving in, spinning to the hoop, no good. Rebound tipped, goes right to Stanton. He pulls up mid-range, this time hits it. Jack Stanton still the only point scorer for Brookline. He's got 6 so far. This is Yambi with the ball, throws to a cutting teammate, and it's knocked out of bounds by Horowitz away from Lochnane. Inbound goes to Guerrier. Now thrown to Cooper. Cooper steps back, gives it back over to Guerrier in the corner. Now up top to Doyle. Doyle hands off to Lochnane. Lochnane gets a nice shot, and he hits the 3. Horowitz lost his footing and fell over, might have tripped over someone's feet. And that just gave Lochnane an opening for the 3. He's now got 8 points today. Mazzara looking around, pass to Horowitz. Horowitz gives it to number 3, shot no good, rebound by Yambi. Now over to Loughnane. Loughnane spins to the hoop, kicks it out. Now Yambi running in for the floater and hits it. This BC High team is tough to stop. Yambi now with 4 today. Pass to Alexienko. Alexienko gives it over to the corner. Number 3 running in, floater no good. Rebound collected by Stanton, and Stanton lays it in. He's got all 8 of Brookline's points. Less than 2 minutes left in a very fast-moving first quarter. Guerrier gives it out to Doyle. Hands off to Loughnane. Loughnane fires for another 3. No good. Rebound. Scrummed for 1 by Alexienko. Horowitz gives it to Mazzara. Mazzara dribbling. Steps in. Blocked hard by Cooper. Devani Perez comes back into the game. And a quick shot from Perez, no good. Rebound by Stanton. Stanton fighting his way through the post. Can't make the layup. Rebound by Doyle. Doyle moving it in transition. Hands off to Guerrier. Guerrier gives it over to Cooper. Cooper stolen by Perez. Perez running the floor in transition, goes up for the layup, hits it and one. Devani Perez doing Devani Perez things with the steal and the fast break lay-in as Sean Ebanks now checks in for Brookline, replacing Jack Stanton. Perez misses the free throw, rebound by Doyle. Guerrier bringing it up, passes for Loughnane. Loughnane running the baseline, goes for the reverse layup and hits it. Loughnane going off here in the first. He's got 10 of his team's 19 points. Ebanks with the ball, throws to a cutting Alexienko. Alexienko looking for room, and he steps on the line. Inbound goes to Cooper. Now back to Guerrier. Just over 30 seconds left in the quarter. Given over to Yambi. Yambi to Doyle, almost stolen, but he gets it to Yambi. Yambi dribbling around. Gives it to Cooper. Cooper gives it over to Yambi. Yambi around a pick. Now running baseline, running out of room. Throws a desperate pass. Doyle barely collects it. Less than 10 seconds left in the quarter. He goes for the running floater. No good. He collects his own rebound. Kicks it out to Loughnane for 3. Hits it. Mike Loughnane ends the quarter with 13 points. And BC High ends the quarter with a 22-10 lead over Brookline. You can see why they are as high ranked as they are. As we go into the break, I am happy to say this broadcast is brought to you in part by Music Go Round, New England's largest retailer of used musical equipment. Located on Route 9 in Natick, Music Go Round prides itself on the quality of its used products and the fair prices it offers to its customers, whether they're buying, selling, or trading in their used gear. Reuse, recycle, and rock. Visit Music Go Round, located on Route 9 in Natick, or go online at mgrboston.com to find out more. Once again, that's mgrboston.com. Stop by, have some fun, and be sure to thank them for sponsoring this broadcast. Through one quarter here, it is a substantial lead for BC High, and leading the charge is the senior number 4, Mike Loughnane. 13 points, 3 3-pointers, Ivan Yambi's got 4, Greg Cooper with 3, and Will Doyle with 2. Meanwhile, for Brookline, a strong opening performance from Jack Stanton. He's got 8, but the only other scorer is Devani Perez with 2. Pass is floated into Loughnane. Loughnane swings the pass over to Guerrier. Now up top to Doyle, over to Loughnane, and I think we've got an offensive foul. That is called against number 5, Ryan Deere. Perez now bringing up the ball for Brookline. Perez starts dribbling, stops. Dribbles again, throws it. Running baseline, an extra pass, somehow gets out to Mazzara. Mazzara unloads, no good. Rebound tipped back to Perez. Perez fakes, steps in, tries a pass, and it's juggled, lost out of bounds, and they say BC high ball. That one was a tough call to make, and Brookline is not happy with the call they got. Guerrier now bringing it up for BC High. Gives a pass over to Loughnane. Loughnane around a pick. Now swings the pass over to Doyle, handed off to Guerrier. Guerrier almost lost it, but recovers it. Now running in, shot, no good, well defended, and a rebound by Stanton. Perez running with it, floats the pass over to Stanton. Stanton gives it out to Mazzara. Mazzara over to Alexienko. Alexienko backing down along the baseline, turning around, looking, and it's ripped away from him, stolen by Guerrier. Guerrier running in transition, kicks it out to the corner. A corner 3 is hit. That's Ryan Deere for the first points of the second quarter. BC High goes up by 15. Mazzara gives over to Perez. Perez crossing up and runs into his own teammate, pulls up and hits it anyway. Lemons to lemonade on that play for Devani Perez. He's now got 4 today. Pass goes over to Deere on the wing. Deere looking around, pulls up from 3 again. No good this time, and they just let the rebound bounce out of bounds. Jake Edwards and Obi Ukamadu check into the game for Brookline. Mazzara dribbling with it. Looking around, pass, almost out of reach. Stanton tries to save it, but it's collected cleanly by Loughnane. Loughnane, pocket picked. Devani the Kid robs him again. He goes up for the layup. No good, but he draws the foul. Perez now going to the line for 2 after some really slick moves to draw the foul. I mean, I think that's a talent that not a lot of people talk about when talking about Devani Perez, is his ability to move his body just right to draw a foul when he's going to the hoop for a layup, especially on those fast breaks. First free throw off the mark. Second free throw also rolls out. Perez 0 for 3 at the line so far. And the score remains 25-12. Pass goes up top. Now running in, going for the lay-in, and forcing the lay-in is Guerrier. Guerrier makes it 27-12. Pass over to Edwards. Edwards looking around from the corner, sends it up top to Mazzara. Mazzara pulls up for a mid-range. No good. Offensive rebound by Edwards. He's juggling it though, and he couldn't hold on. Bringing it in transition. This is Loughnane trying to go around the pick. It's poked out of bounds by Mazzara. Inbound to Guerrier. Dribbles around a pick, gets an opening, pulls up from 3. No good. Rebound is tipped and collected by Ukamadu. Perez now bringing it up. Dribbling. Pass to Stanton. Stanton goes up. No good. Rebound to Ukamadu. Ukamadu with a putback. No good. Rebound chased down by Guerriere. Guerriere floats it to Loughnane. Loughnane going up. No good. And a foul is going to be called against number 35, Johnny Garrett. For Brookline, Taj Horowitz comes into the game, replacing Devani Perez. Long inbound goes to Edwards. Edwards gives it to Stanton in the corner. Now out to Mazzara. Mazzara pulls up. No good. Brookline shooting cold from the outside. And it's costing them on the scoreboard. Still a 15-point lead for BC High as Garrett shoots a mid-range, misses completely, and it's rebounded by Mazzara. Mazzara running in transition. Hits traffic and kicks it out to Edwards. Now up top to Horowitz. Now back over to Mazzara. Mazzara from three again. This time hits it. Jaden Mazzara, his first 3 points of the game, cuts the lead to 12. Guerriere gives it over to Connor Strickland. Now over to Loughnane. Up top to Garrett. Garrett throws it down low to Guerriere. Backs down, goes in, and hits the layup. Timeout is now called. With 3:35 left here in the second period, the score, BC High 29, Brookline 15. And as you can see, Brookline really struggling with those outside shots. They're able to get some inside looks, but they're not all clean looks. And while they've managed to finish on some of them, not being able to complement that with the outside shot is hurting them. And again, it's not like they're getting bad looks. They're getting looks that they can hit. The shots just aren't falling right now. And those shots are going to have to start falling if they're going to want to get back in this ball game. Inbound to Mazzara. BC High showing press. Mazzara gives it to Horowitz. Back to Mazzara and across half court. Mazzara to the corner to Ebanks. Now back out to Mazzara on the wing. Now over to Alexienko. Alexienko rifles a pass over to Edwards. Edwards for three, no good. Rebound is collected by Guerriere. Guerriere throws it down low to an open Garrett for two. Johnny Garrett, his first 2 points of the game, makes it a 16-point game. Ball is given to Alexienko, and the pass is juggled but collected by Horowitz, thrown back to Alexienko. Alexienko looking around, floats it over to Mazzara. Mazzara looking around, decides to give it to Edwards. Now back to Mazzara. Mazzara fakes, goes inside to Alexienko. Alexienko out to Edwards, over to Mazzara, over to Horowitz. Horowitz fakes, runs in, gives to Alexienko, goes up for the layup and hits it! Fantastic, unselfish ball movement by Brookline. They waited and they got their opportunity, and Alexienko finished it. Up top it goes to Garrett, now over to Strickland, now over to Loughnane. Loughnane running baseline, goes for the reverse layup and hits it effortlessly. Just over 2 minutes left in the half. Pass goes to Edwards. Edwards to Mazzara. Mazzara weaving his way through. Extra pass to Ebanks. Ebanks can't bury it and can't collect the rebound. Guerriere bringing it up for the Eagles. Pass finds Loughnane. Up top to Garrett. Garrett looking around. Gives a pass to Strickland. Now over to Guerriere. Guerriere passes to Strickland. Now back to Guerriere. Now inside. Loughnane turnaround jumper. No good. Rebound Alexienko. Alexienko running with it, decides to pull up from three. No good, rebound by Garrett. Strickland gives it to Guerriere. Now over to Deere. Deere throws a pass, missed times with Loughnane. That's going to be a turnover. Perez checks back into the game, as does Stanton. They replace Horowitz and Alexeyenko. Pass is sent across half court to Edwards, now to Stanton, now to the corner to Ebanks, back inside to Stanton, and Stanton finishes the layup. Again, some nice quick passes from Brookline, and Stanton now has 10 today. Loughnane, corner three, hits it. Or no, they call it a long two. Stanton hands off to Perez. Perez from three, no good. Rebound by Ebanks. Ebanks the putback. Loughnane bringing it up. Dribbling, looking around, goes in, shot, rolls in. Loughnane is unguardable so far today. He's now got 19 points already. Edwards going up for the floater, no good. Rebound collected by Garrett. Throws a pass, it's deflected by Mazzara. Chased down by Guerriere. Guerriere now going in, going up, and gets the rim roll at the buzzer. Where did the first half go? We are halfway through. BC High with a commanding 39-21 lead over the Warriors. As we head into the break, a word from our sponsors today. First, from Music Go Round. Music Go Round is the largest retailer of used musical equipment in New England and is the perfect place to go for both buying and selling used gear. Music Go Round prides itself on the quality of its used products, which are all tested and retested to ensure they're in great working condition and sold at a great price. And when you bring in your own equipment to sell or to trade, the store's certified buyers will offer you a fair price. They will explain the basis of the offer and even tell you how much they hope to resell it for, operating on a model of complete transparency. Reuse, recycle, and rock. Visit Music Go Round, located at 810 Worcester Street on Route 9 in Natick, or call the store for more information at 508-647-6874. Once again, that's 810 Worcester Street in Natick, or call 508-647-6874. And be sure to thank the folks at Music Go Round for sponsoring this broadcast. And now a word from our other paying sponsor today, Harvest Wealth Management. We have a message for all you parents out there listening to the game who are thinking about how you're going to pay for college for your young student athletes. It's never too early to start planning for college, especially if you think you'll need financial aid. The average cost of a private four-year college in the U.S. today is over $50,000 a year. And if your student is interested in one of the many top-tier colleges in the Boston area, that cost could exceed $70,000 a year. But don't despair. There are many financial aid and other college funding strategies available to you to reduce your out-of-pocket college costs by tens of thousands of dollars per child per year. But you need to start early, be proactive, and learn the financial aid rules to take advantage of these strategies. Harvest Wealth Management of Needham, Massachusetts can help you realize your student's college dream. Harvest Wealth Management is a full-service financial planning firm. They specialize in helping families with college-bound children maximize their financial aid and utilize other tax-driven strategies to reduce college costs. For many families in the middle class today, it is impossible to save enough for their children's college education. But Harvest Wealth Management believes it is not about saving more for college, but paying less. They can design a customized college funding strategy for your child and lead you through the financial aid process, which can be confusing and where mistakes can be costly. So don't stress. call Oliver Shawley at Harvest Wealth Management, 781-902-0981, and ask for a complimentary meeting. Or visit them online at harvestwm.com to learn more. Again, that is Harvest Wealth Management, LLC, located at 75 2nd Avenue, Suite 420, Needham, Massachusetts, 02494. Call 781-902-0981 or go online at harvestwm.com. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor. And now a word about a local charity doing some good for the community, the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry saw a huge increase in demand for food assistance at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that number, unfortunately, has not gone back down. Since March of 2020, the food pantry has served an average of 650 to 700 households each week, more than 4 times the rate of families served pre-COVID. Brookline Food Pantry is fighting the good fight to end hunger in our community, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish Church at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and on Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to noon. Visit brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can volunteer with the pantry and help feed your community. Once again, that's brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And remember, you can find all the information you need about our paying sponsors, Music Go Round and Harvest Wealth Management, and our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry, all of that in the description section of this video, where you can also find more information about me, the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the services that I provide, and how you can commission those services. You can also find my email address if you just want to contact me directly with your questions or requests, jgms88@gmail.com. And you can also see a link to my Instagram account where I post highlights from previous live streams that I've done. And as always, if you're enjoying the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. We're about to hit the end of the regular season, so currently I've only got one more game on the docket, and that's a Sunday afternoon game for the boys hockey team against Milton. But the postseason is just around the corner, and so you know there's going to be more Brookline High sports goodness coming up soon. And as always, if you got anything to say it in the live chat. You know, we've already had some helpful information thrown in. And I hope to see more. A little over 3 minutes left on the halftime clock. I'm going to take a brief break off the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, the halftime score, BC High 39, Brookline 21. Hello again, back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Schluntz Gym on the campus of Brookline High School in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here where we are now starting the third quarter of this Division I high school boys basketball contest between the visiting BC High Eagles and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. Quick steal, Greg Cooper going off for the fast break lay-in. And just like that, BC High gets the first points of the quarter. Quick pass inside to Alexienko. He recovers it, kicks it out to Perez. Devani Perez hits the three. Devani Perez now with 7 points today. As the pass now goes to Cooper. Cooper steps back out, pulls up for three. No good. Rebound collected off the bounce by Edwards. Perez running the floor, floats it past Alexienko. He steps back, goes for three. No good. Rebound by Jack Stanton. Turns around, no good. Rebound collected by Alexienko. He backs down, gives to Stanton. Stanton goes up and hits it. Jack Stanton with a team high 12 points today. Will Gettier running in, going up for the lay-in, and gets the rim roll despite the block by Stanton. Perez throws it over to Alexienko. Alexienko hits a wall, backs down, gives to Stanton. Stanton floats it up, misses Alexienko completely, and it's collected by Gettier. Thrown to Ivan Yambi, kicks it out to Greg Cooper. Cooper a three, no good. Rebound Alexienko. Alexienko running with it. Decides to rifle a pass to the corner to Edwards. Now over to Jaden Mazzara. Mazzara holding it up top, looking around, gives over to Perez. Perez inside to Stanton. Stanton going up, blocked, recovered by Alexienko, and he gets the putback. Quick pass, Cooper's got a free rein to the hoop. He gets blocked, but not cleanly. They caught the defense sleeping on that one. Greg Cooper's first free throw is good. He's now got 6 points. He goes 2 for 2. (45-28). The pass goes over to Edwards, up top to Mazzara. Mazzara over to Alexienko. Fakes, steps back, gives out to Perez. Perez swings it over to an open Mazzara for three, hits it! Mazzara now with 6 today. Will Loughnane gives over to Yambi, now over to Cooper, to Doyle. A turnaround shot from Loughnane, no good. Rebound fought for and ultimately collected by Edwards. Mazzara running the floor, gives it up top to Perez. Perez drives in, almost loses the ball, does lose the ball, recovers the ball somehow, gives it out to Edwards. Edwards holding it in the corner. He dribbles out, resets the play, sends it up top to Alexienko. Alexienko starts to drive and hits traffic. Alexienko just dribbling on the wing now, looking around. He's running out of shot clock, starts to drive, trying to force his way through, loses the ball. It stays Brookline ball, but they've only got 2 seconds on the shot clock. They've got to shoot. Quick inbound to Mazzara, to Perez. Perez tries the shot, no good. And they're gonna say he didn't hit the rim in time, so that's gonna be a shot clock violation. Gettier bringing it up. Gives over to Loughnane. Loughnane fakes, goes inside, hits it, and the foul. That's A foul called on Perez, it looks like. No, it's Mazzara, his first, team's second. And Loughnane hits the and one. He now has 22. Mazzara slings it over to number 3, who I think is Cam Evans, but again, I'm not sure. If anyone in the live chat knows, let me know. Pass is deflected and recovered by Guerriere. Guerriere running, passes to Doyle. Doyle goes up and hits it. Timeout called by Brookline. Mike Loughnane leading the way for BC High with 22 points. Mahari Guerriere with 6, Greg Cooper with 7, Ivan Yambi and Will Doyle with 4 each, Ryan Deere with 3, and Johnny Garrett with 2. For Brookline, Jack Stanton leads the way with 12, Devani Perez with 7, Jaden Mazzara with 6, Andrew Alexienko with 4, and Sean Ebanks with 2. And we got confirmation that number 3 is in fact Cameron Evans. Thank you, Alan Shee. That is good to know, and it's nice to see him getting some significant playing time after spending most of the year in JV. 4:07 on the clock here in the third. Inbound to Evans. Back to Edwards. Now to Mazzara. Mazzara misses Edwards, and that's going to be a turnover. Inbound goes to Guerriere. Guerriere over to Loughnane. Loughnane dribbling around, goes around a pick, gets a slight opening but doesn't take the shot, now throws a pass across. Corner 3 is hit. Mahari Guerriere now has 9. Long pass to Mazzara. Mazzara running in, goes for the layup, no good. Rebound is tipped and collected by Loughnane. Pass to Yambi. Yambi goes up, no good. Rebound is collected by Cooper, given to Loughnane. Loughnane, another 3, no good. Rebound by Alexienko. Mazzara gives to Evans. Evans inside to Alexienko, outside to Edwards, back in to Alexienko. Looking around, up top, Evans, the long 2, hits. Cam Evans, his first points of the day. Guerriere from 3 again, no good. Rebound by Evans. Evans gives to Mazzara. Mazzara to Alexienko. Alexienko for 3, no good. Rebound by Yambi. Yambi dribbling with it, gives it to Loughnane. Loughnane has 22 already, and he's running in. Goes for the shot, no good. And rebound is ultimately collected by Edwards. Evans now bringing it up. Rifles a pass to Mazzara. Mazzara, another 3 ball, hits it! Mazzara now with 9 points today. Guerriere gives it to Yambi. Yambi running in, pulls up mid-range, no good. Almost tipped in by Guerriere, and instead the rebound is collected by Alexienko. Floats it over to Evans. Evans awaits the reinforcements, gives to Mazzara. Mazzara inside to Alexienko, turns around, kicks it out to Edwards. Inside to Stanton. Stanton fakes, reverse layup. Jack Stanton now with 14. Less than 2 minutes left in the third quarter in what is a very free-flowing game. Almost no fouls between the two teams. Doyle gives to Cooper. Now over to Guerriere. Now over to Yambi. Now to Loughnane. Loughnane driving. Draws a foul from Evans. Taj Horowitz checks back into the game. Inbound goes to Loughnane. Loughnane getting trapped. Smartly throws it off the leg of Evans. And so it'll be BC High ball. Inbound barely gets to Yambi. Yambi kicks it out. Loughnane for three. Hits it. Quick passing. The ball gets to number 44. Now sent up top to Evans. Evans gives to Mazzara, inside to 44, outside to Horowitz. Horowitz running the floor, pass, misses his target. It's picked up, thrown to Loughnane. Loughnane going for the layup and hits it. Loughnane now with 27. Still in the third quarter as Alexienko goes for the extra pass and it's hit. That is Shabar Peterson Davis also getting some playing time off the JV squad as he's got his first two of the day. Guerriere over to Yambi. Now over to Loughnane. Loughnane already with 27. Runs the floor, mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound Alexienko, and a foul is called. Jake Edwards checking back into the game, replacing Cam Evans. Mazzara and Edwards playing catch for a bit there. Now Mazzara bringing it across half court. Almost loses the ball. He's got to pass out of that. His pass is broken up, stolen by Connor Strickland, given to Loughnane. Loughnane dunks it. And now a foul called against BC High. Mike Loughnane is scary. 29 points and a long heave from Jake Edwards ends the third quarter. We are through three here at Schlentz Gym in what has been a very fast-flowing game. Not a lot of stoppages, not a lot of out of bounds, not a lot of fouls. It's been very hard for me to keep up with the stats as best I can. I think very on point from Sarah James Minukin. Bad luck for Brookline, missing a couple starters, and BC High is on point. And I agree with you. They're like, honestly, for me, having missed yesterday's Natick game, this is the best Brookline has looked in a week, in my opinion. They look much better today than they did against Lawrence or than they did against Needham. You know, their ball movement has been much better today, no question. Just a lot of shots aren't falling. They're missing a pair of starters. And when your opponent is this good, you know, shots are going to fall for them. I mean, Mike Loughnane looks undefendable today with the kind of shots that he's hitting. He's got 29 points, almost half of his team's scoring. The next highest scorer is Mahari Guerriere with 9 points. Then Greg Cooper with 7. Ivan Yambi and Will Doyle 4 each. Ryan Deere with 3. Johnny Garrett with 2. By my count, Jack Stanton, the highest Brookline scorer with 14. Jaden Mazzara with 9. Devani Perez, 7. 4 from Andrew Alexienko, and then 2 each from Sean Ebanks, Cameron Evans, and Shabar Peterson Davis. Again, because of how free-flowing this game has been, my count might be slightly off. But with that in mind, we now go to the fourth and final quarter of regulation. Doyle with the ball. Floats it over to Guerriere. Now over to Loughnane. Now back to Guerriere. Guerriere, the corner three. No good. Rebound, Alexienko. Evans now running the floor. Looking around and loses his footing and loses the ball. Number 5, Ryan Deere checks back in for BC High. Guerriere holding it, pass to Doyle. Doyle back to Guerriere. Now over to Loughnane. Loughnane, another 3, hits it again. 32 points for Loughnane. Edwards gives to Evans. They got to get across half court. Evans rifles it, broken up and intercepted by Doyle. Guerriere throws a pass. Now back to Guerriere. Guerriere goes in. He's got 11 now after that layup. Horowitz throws to Edwards. Edwards across half court. Pass again broken up. And now thrown to Loughnane. Back to Guerriere. Guerriere going up. Blocked by Edwards, but recovered by Doyle. And Doyle hits the 2. He's now got 6. Alexienko dribbling with it. Trying to force through. Floats a pass. Another pass stolen by BC High. Guerriere running with it. Another layup. Hits it. 3 straight possessions with an intercepted pass for Brookline. Evans rifles a pass, make it 4. Doyle pass to Loughnane, throws it up for nobody, caught by Doyle, kicked out to the corner. Now a long 2, no good, rebound by Horowitz. Timeout is now called by Brookline. Boy, I wonder if we can count that as my announcer jinx for the day. Because legitimately, their ball movement looked so much better through the first 3 quarters, but now starting off the 4th, it's just been looking sloppy to start this quarter. A 9-0 run, if I'm not mistaken on that one. $69-40. Mike Loughnane with a walloping 32 points today. Devani Perez checks back into the game for Brookline. And inbounds to Mazzara. Mazzara gives it to Perez, back to Mazzara, now over to Horowitz, now over to Alexienko. Alexienko throws it out to an open Perez. Perez for 3, no good. Rebound is collected by BC High. But already you can tell Brookline's ball movement looks much better. Guerriere passes. This is Connor Strickland giving it over to number 15, now over to Guerriere. Up top to Johnny Garrett. Handed off to Deere. Back to Garrett. Garrett goes to the layup. That's 4 points now for Garrett off some nice ball movement by the Eagles. Mazzara gives to Horowitz, now over to Perez. Back to Horowitz, back to Mazzara. Mazzara looking around. Sends it up top to Horowitz. Horowitz sends it inside to Alexienko. Now down low to Stanton for another layup. Again, the passing just looks so much nicer with Perez out on the floor, as Stanton now has, I think, 16 points today. Garrett spinning around to the hoop. No good, but draws the foul. That is Stanton's second foul, team's 4th. Garrett hits the first free throw. Five minutes and 1 second left here in the 4th. BC High leads by 31. After Garrett goes 2 for 2, he's now got 6 points today. Perez throws to Mazzara. Mazzara gives to Stanton, inside to Alexienko. Alexienko throws it, barely caught by Horowitz, back inside to Stanton. Stanton looking around, gives it out to Perez. Perez running in, throws a pass, broken up. It'll stay with Brookline. Inbound, quick shot from Mazzara, hits another 3. 12 points from Jaden Mazzara, all off of 3 balls. 4.5 minutes left. Guerriere sends it up top. Now given to Deere, I believe. Now back up top to Garrett. Handed off to Strickland. Strickland sends it up top to number 15. Now over to Deere. Deere around a pick, steps back. They're running out of shot clock. Deere tries to force his way through and travels. Horowitz inbounds to Mazzara, back to Horowitz. Now to Perez, almost stolen, but Perez takes it, now gives to Mazzara. Mazzara from downtown again! Jaden Mazzara just letting loose. He's now got 15 points. Strickland looking around, up top to Garrett. Garrett over to Guerriere. Now over to Strickland. Now over to Quinn Costello. Now that pass broken up almost, but recovered by Strickland. He goes inside, loses the ball, and it's going to stay with BC High. .3:30 on the clock here in the fourth. Inbound, mid-range jumper is hit by Guerriere. I believe he's now got 15 today. Perez, pass to Alexienko. Alexienko kicks it out. Mazzara again, no good. Rebound, Costello. Costello passes out of the trap to Guerriere. Guerriere throws a pass, it's deflected, but gets to its target. Three ball, no good. Rebound by Garrett. Garrett kicks it out. Deere for three, no good. Rebound by Garrett again. Garrett puts it back in, and it seems like he's drawn the foul. Garrett now with 8 points. Now number 11 for Brookline checking in, that's Chris Solis. And he collects the rebound off the attempted and one. Given to Perez. Perez just sprinting, kicks it out to the corner. Mazzara for another three, hits it, make it 18 for Jaden Mazzara. 6 threes for Mazzara. And it's a shame that a lot of this explosion has happened in what is essentially garbage time. Pass goes to Garrett. Garrett goes inside. Unlucky rim roll. Rebound by Horowitz. Horowitz running with it. Stumbles, loses his footing, but manages to draw a foul. Now another quick three from Mazzara. Make it 21. Jaden Mazzara refuses to let Brookline go down without their dignity as he's exploding from three-point land. BC High almost a sloppy turnover there. And now a three ball is hit by Ryan Deere. Oh no, they call that a two. Again, such a fast-flowing game as they throw it down low. Layup is unsuccessful. Pass now intercepted by Perez. Perez pulls up from three. No good. Rebound scrummed for, and out of bounds, Brookline ball. Brookline bringing in more backups from the JV rosters. They inbound to Mazzara. Mazzara running floater, no good. Minute and a half left in this one. Throw the pass, kicked out, sent to the corner. Another long two, no good. Rebound tipped and ultimately collected. Pass thrown to Mazzara. Pass given out to 20. 20 for three, no good. Rebound almost lost, but collected by BC High. Couple quick throws, they go up. Blocked by Stanton, but not cleanly. So a couple players out there, I'm trying to keep track of who everybody is, and they're not making this easy. Brookline now with number 5 and number 20. As this free throw from BC High's number 25, Matt Draheim, is hit. And now I think I heard Chase Halfkenny, number 30, checking into the game, replacing Jack Stanton. And that's 2 for 2 from Draheim. And that makes it 81-54. Number 20 throws it over to Half Kenny, back up top to 20. Now to Half Kenny, to 20, to 5. 5 for 3, no good. Rebound collected by number 24. Less than a minute left. Pass is going around, another long shot, no good. Rebound collected by Evans. Evans goes to 5, now over to 20. Back to 5, now over to Solis on the baseline. Back up top to 20, now over to Half Kenny on the wing. Back up top to 20, over to 5. 5 for 3, hits it! I still couldn't quite hear from the PA announcer who that was. Crowd was too loud. A corner 3 is missed. Rebound by 24. He goes for the putback, no good, but a foul. That foul will be the first for Solis. Team's 7th. Free throws being taken by James Holland, number 24. And they called that a 2 from number 5, excuse me. Second free throw is good from Holland. He's got 1 point. Just a few seconds left. Evans unloads, no good. Rebound, scrummed for number 5, puts up one last shot, no good. And that is going to end this one. A tough result for Brookline, but one of those cases where you just run into a better team. BC High, the undefeated Eagles, second in the power rankings, first in the Globe poll, and they showed exactly why. They defeat Brookline 82-57. Let's wrap up the final stats for this one. And again, bear with me as a lot of subs started coming in towards the end, so some of these might be slightly off. But no question who led the way for BC High. Number 4, Mike Loughnane, 32 points. Number 13, Mahari Guerriere, I had with 15. Number 35, Johnny Garrett with 8. Number 3, Greg Cooper with 7. Number 5, Ryan Deere, and number 20, Will Doyle with 6 each. Number 10, Ivan Yambi with 4. Number 25, Matt Draheim with 2. And number 24, James Holland with 1. For Brookline, the leading scorer at the end was Jaden Mazzara, who exploded with his outside shooting late in the game, finished with 21 points on 7 3-pointers. You know, it's one of those things where a performance so good, you almost wish it came in a better game for Brookline. Jack Stanton, also a solid performance, 16 points. He got a lot of good looks down low. You know, some good off-ball movement and some good passes from his teammates set him up for some good high-percentage shots. Devani Perez finished the game with 7 points. He was a helpful presence on the ball movement, no doubt. Having returned from the shoulder injury that had him at least miss Sunday and Tuesday's games. I don't know if he was back for Thursday. Andrew Alexienko finished with 4 points as he was very well covered all game long, particularly a strong defensive effort from Mahari Guerriere against the very talented Alexienko. And then 2 points each from Sean Ebanks, Cam Evans, Shabar Peterson-Davis, and number 5, who I could not quite identify. Unfortunately, my apologies for that. But that is going to wrap up the stats. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan from Schluntz Gym. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. Remember to check out the description section of the video to find all the information you need about today's paying sponsors, Music Go Round and Harvest Wealth Management. about our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry. All the information you need about me, the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com, my email address, jgms88@gmail.com, the link to my Instagram account where I post highlights from previous games that I've streamed. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for Sunday's afternoon live stream of boys hockey against Milton High. But that's going to do it for today. The final, BC High 82, Brookline 57. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan from Schlentz Gym, signing off. Thank you all for watching, and enjoy your weekend.